hedonism is not sustainable. We all know that. And those of you who would argue against that fact, just ask yourselves how many times when you've chased happiness and pleasure for their own sake have you been met with disappointment. We need to come to terms, especially if you're neurotic and you tend to feel negative feelings. You need to come to terms with the fact that most of your life is going to be hard. It's going to take a lot from you, and you're gonna feel like you're suffering for a lot of it. And many smart people before me have said it, and I'm here only echoing their words. But you need to make your suffering worthwhile. Now, there's many ways you can do this, but essentially it all boils down to looking at the things around you and considering everything that you can do and everything that you can contribute to the world, and just asking yourself, what am I actually willing to do? But don't get this confused with the easy thing to do, because, I always think back to Albus Dumbledore in the Harry Potter series. And when he mentioned that there will come a time when we are forced to choose between what is right and what is easy. And you should always pick the right choice, because the right choice is 99% of the time it's not the easiest choice. And I've been very guilty of this throughout my life. I have always chosen some of the easiest paths imaginable. And now, after years of being stagnant, I finally sort of found this drive inside me that made me feel like I can do something for my own sake and for the sake of the things I love and the people I love. But these things are always, always a lot harder than you might imagine. If you look at it from that aspect, it starts feeling like life is some sort of arcade, and you go in there and you earn tickets while you play games, and the more tickets you get, your reward is bigger. And so if you choose an easy game, you're gonna get less tickets than someone who's playing a harder game. That's why people say that you should eat the frog every day, first thing when you wake up. You should do the most uncomfortable thing because it gives you the most benefits very often. Now, there's always outliers, and there's always going to be things that you do and you put a lot of effort into it and a lot of thought, and you sometimes feel like you spilled your whole being into it and it doesn't work out. But at that moment, I want you to sit down and think of all the things that you've learned from that process. And these things are not very evident to us at first. But time will show that you have learned a lot and that you have developed and gained a lot of knowledge and experience, and that eventually everything that has happened to you, whether it's good or bad, it turns out to be a very valuable lesson. As I'm saying all of this, I'm actually speaking to myself as I am to all of you, because I know that a lot of these things, even though I know them at the present moment, I do not fully comprehend them yet. And my dad has this saying that as long as you're alive, you're still learning and you're still growing. And I really live by that. And there are many things that I feel like I haven't learned that I should have, but I'm trying not to be too hard on myself now. So, as I'm speaking to myself, I hope that you also find something that's gratifying and useful in all of this. That's all for now.